Hey guys, so MelodySusie sent me this nail accessory box that I'm going to be unboxing for you. But before I do, I just want to talk a little bit about it. So this is a monthly gift box subscription. It includes various different nail items, different nail tools like files, clippers, nail art brushes, acrylic items, and it comes with in 4 different like purchase options. So you can buy a 1-month subscription, a 3-month subscription, a 6-month subscription, or a 12-month subscription. And obviously the price depends on which option you buy, but you can get a wide variety of items in these boxes. And down in the frequently asked question section of the this page on the website, it does state that the value of the boxes can be up to $180, which compared to how much you're paying for the box, I think is a really good deal. I do have a code with MelodySusie, so you can save some money if you decide to make a purchase on their website. I will have it up on the screen. I will also have it down in the description below, along with a link to the subscription box if you are interested in purchasing it. And now moving on into the unboxing part. This is the box you get. On the back of it, it does have the MelodySusie website along with their social media and their email in case you need to reach out and contact them. So when you open the box, it says open your new nail art journey, and it has this like pink like ribbon paper stuff to kind of protect the items that are inside of the box. And right here on top, I received a tip cutter. So this is the tip cutter here. They call it an acrylic nail clipper, but it's so you can cut your nail tips. I will open it here in a minute, but I just wanted to show off the packaging and what it says on the packaging, how you can cut the tip straight or round, or if you have full cover tips, you can cut the other side to create a well. It also shows you how to change the blade if it gets dull after a while. So here I am just opening it up. You can see that this set of clippers has this little clear plastic thing here, which is really cool because it will catch all of the clippings of the tips that you cut off instead of them flying off across the room and you having to go pick that all up. It's all in one little area. And this little thing here is really cool too, because you put it on there on the clippers there, and it helps you to be able to cut the tips down to a uniform length. It works the same as like those magnets you see people using now. So when I was trying to figure out how to put this on, I couldn't really figure out how to get it on there at first, and on the packaging there was no instructions on how to put it on, and I knew that that wasn't right because it was too far up. So I was trying different ways to get it on there, but I wasn't figuring it out right away. I kept trying to slide it down there from the top, but what happened was is I had it upside down. I did accidentally snap off the little dial part there, but I was able to pop that back on to the little piece that it's attached to. It snapped right back in easily, and it was at this point that I realized I was trying to put it on upside down. So I flipped it around and was able to slide it on. You have to slide it from the top, not the bottom like I was trying to do here, but you'll see me. I'll figure it out here in a second. But once I got it on, I realized that this would be a really nice, this is a really nice feature on these tip cutters, so you can make it easier on yourself to get uniform length on your tips when you're cutting them. I usually don't cut my tips down. I like to keep the full length when I'm doing my own nails, but if I am doing someone else's nails and they would like them to be shorter, then I can just use this little dial here to clip down the tips and make them uniform and not have to, constantly measure and compare them. It'll just make it so I can easily clip them down and just move right along quickly. So the next item I pulled out of my box were these lint-free wipes, which is great. You can always use these to wipe off the sticky layers, or if I mess up a nail design. I also received these nail files. They are 180 grit files. The next item I received was this drill bit. It is, I believe, one of the 5-in-1 bits that they have, and I'm not really 100% sure what the grit is on this one. It doesn't say anywhere on the box. It also doesn't say on the little container that it is held in. I do know that the color of the band that is on the bit does correlate to what the grit is, whether it's a fine grit or a coarse grit. I don't know off the top of my head right now what colors correspond to what, but I'll try to remember to put up something on the screen stating what grit it is, or like I'll link it down below or something. But on this little thing here, it just has a little bit of a safety information. It also says it is from the series BM. I guess they have different series of drill bits on the MelodySusie website. But this one was really pretty. It was like the rainbow. There's a name for it I can't think of right off the top of my head, but like the rainbow color shift, color scheme thing here. But I thought it was really pretty. It was like a purple orange shift kind of there. The next item I received were these sanding bands. They are 180 grit. They also come with a mandrel bit, which is great if you don't have one already. I also received these square nail tips, and with the tips came another 180 grit file. And as you can see, these tips come on like the plastic form or rod or whatever this thing is called, instead of coming in the individual bags or a box. This first one that I had pulled off was missing one of the tips. It was a size 1, which isn't a size that I use, so I am not concerned about that at all. But I'm sure if you were to receive this and were missing a tip that you needed the size of, you could reach out to MelodySusie, and I'm sure they would fix that for you. And these tips do come in 12 sizes. They range in size from size 0 to size 11. And I wanted to compare these MelodySusie tips to my Valentino tips and my tips that I get off Amazon. That brand is called Rofran, I do believe. So the first tip here on the left is the Valentino tip. This one in the middle is the Rofran, and then the one on the far right is the MelodySusie tip. So you can see they are all relatively the same length. The Valentino one is a teeny tiny bit shorter than the Rofran and the MelodySusie, but it's not that much of a difference. The Rofran and the MelodySusie are pretty much the exact same length. All three of these brands are C-curved square tips, which I personally prefer a C-curved tip or a C-curved nail. I know not a lot of people do. Most people prefer a flat or a non-C-curve tip. But if you are someone who likes the C-curve and is looking for some C-curve tips, here are some options. And those were all the items that I have received in my MelodySusie nail accessory box. I think this is a great box with all the different options you can get, especially for the price point, and knowing that these boxes can be valued up to $180. You are really getting a good deal here. And I feel like with the MelodySusie box here, it has a lot of items that you will most likely definitely use. I know some of the other mystery boxes you can get, there be items that you may not use because you're personally not a fan of it. Whereas with the MelodySusie box, you get items that you pretty much almost always use when doing your nails, like the different e-file bits and the lint-free wipes and the files and the nail tips. You know, you use that stuff almost all the time when doing nails, which makes this even more worth it when it comes down to the price of the box, because you're definitely going to get your money's worth because you'll be using the items and you won't be feeling like anything is going to waste because it's just not gonna get used, because it's not something that you use or something that you know, isn't kind of your style to use. So if you are interested in purchasing this mystery box. I will leave the link down below in the description for you to check out and purchase it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.